Hello and welcome, I'm your Code Monkey. So here's some really impressive research. Google has just unveiled Genie 2. This is basically their AI that is capable of making interactive playable worlds. It starts from just a fixed prompt, like just a static image, and then generates an interactable world, all of it from that one image. Now in reality, it's not really a playable world, meaning it's not really a 3D mesh. In reality, all of this is really being generated frame by frame, one after the other. So it's not really a world, but it does listen to player input. So as the player moves forward or backwards or looks around, everything does get generated correctly. The characters even have a bunch of animations, so they can walk, they can run, they can jump. It also works in both third person and first person. And most impressive part is really how it generates actual interactions with the world. So it can actually can simulate a boat going across water, and the water actually goes out of the way of the boat. Again, all of this is really just image generation. There is no actual boat 3D mesh, there's no actual water. They trained this AI on tons of footage. That is how it learned to generate all of these images. And importantly, that is also how it learned to generate a bunch of interesting interactions. Like it learned how a red barrel means explosion, it learned how balloons pop, it learned how doors can open, and so on. So yeah, definitely quite interesting. And it also learned how to handle NPCs. So it learned that some worlds, some playable worlds, they have random characters that are just in the world. It also learned how to generate physics, doing all kinds of things, learning how to generate smoke, and it actually looks quite good. It generates gravity, and it does seem to behave semi-realistically. Even lighting, so some really gorgeous lighting, so we can see a bunch of shadows there. So the whole thing, in terms of research, in terms of tech, this whole thing is super impressive. I mean, just a few years ago, AI generation was all very strange. It was all a bunch of eyes, a bunch of dogs, something very strange. This was 9 years ago. And now here we are with semi-playable realistic worlds. It's actually quite an impressive rate of progress. This model also solves one big problem with models like this one. Previously there was one for playing Doom, and this one, again, also extremely impressive, but it does have that problem where if the character is looking one way, looks back, then looks back there, and all of a sudden the geometry completely changed. Whereas this one apparently does have long-term memory, so it is capable of remembering parts of the world that are no longer in view, and then rendering them accurately when they become observable again. So you can look away, look back, and supposedly everything is still there. The one big limitation on this one seems to be time. It can generate up to a minute of quote-unquote gameplay, so you can keep exploring these worlds for about 1 minute, and after a while, everything really just becomes a whole mess of pixels. Basically, the more you move, the more noise is introduced into the image, and at some point the generation really just becomes a pixelated mess. But for those 20 to 40 seconds, it actually looks impressively good. Now, whenever I make a video talking about AI, there are always comments from people worried about it, always saying something like, should I just quit learning game development? Or are we all going to be replaced by AI? And my answer is no. If you don't like doing game dev, then don't quit. This AI is definitely super impressive, but it's not going to replace you, and it is still very far from actually making a creative game. AI in general is a tool to work with you as opposed to replace you. For example, in this case, this tech is indeed super impressive. It is crazy how this can actually generate playable worlds. That is really insane. So one great use case for working with this tech, one great use case would be exactly this. If you have some kind of game idea with some specific visual style, you can hire an artist to draw some concept art of what exactly you think your game will be, and then you can use this AI to turn that concept art into some kind of world that you can walk around and explore. By doing that, it will help you brainstorm ideas. You'll be able to see your concept art in action, which will help you actually identify what the game is supposed to be and whether it works or not. So by doing this, you, as a human developer, you can come up with tons of ideas based on what the AI generates. And then it's up to, again, you as a human developer, to take all of those ideas, all of that mess that the AI generates, and create a nice cohesive experience. Another interesting use case for this AI is simply walking around in real world. You can just take a picture of somewhere on Earth, just plug it into the AI, and then just walk around that virtual environment. This sounds like something that would be quite a bit of fun. Or again, maybe something to help you brainstorm ideas for your next game. Maybe take an image from a random place in the world. I mean, Earth is huge. So just go on Google Maps, get a random place, get a random image, put it up here, and just see if it generates and if that sparks some idea in your head. And of course, since the input are images, technically the image doesn't have to be 100% real life. So you can take an image, for example, of this cliff, something like that, then go into Photoshop and copy-paste some kind of NPC character, maybe copy-paste a bunch of exploding barrels. Do that, then feed that digitally altered image, feed that one into the AI, and that one will then generate a world that is playable, that does include all those elements, those NPCs, those red barrels. And again, you can use that to basically brainstorm ideas. I really think that brainstorming is one of the best use cases for AI right now. So like I said, use AI to help you as opposed to replace you. Another awesome use case for AI is exactly this one. Is how there are AI agents that can act inside the world model. So basically, one AI agent can generate the world, and another one can actually go inside the world and take actions on it. So they can take a starting image, generate a world, and then have another AI that goes, okay, go open the red door, go open the blue door, and the AI actually doesn't do it. Again, I imagine this would be quite fun to help you brainstorm a bunch of ideas. Imagine having a bunch of concept art images, and then use those to generate a whole bunch of worlds, then use a bunch of these AI agents to just randomly walk around those worlds, and then you, as a human developer, Look at that, look at what the AI generated, and come up with some ideas to help make your game better, more interesting, more compelling. So maybe the AI goes up some stairs, maybe it goes through the center or the right door, maybe behind that one, maybe there are some kind of gems, some kind of stones hidden. Maybe the AI learns how to open some doors and there's something interesting behind that door. Maybe the AI learns to push a button and something happens with that button press. So again, lots of potential, all based on what the AI thinks will happen. And then again, you as a human developer can use that to essentially brainstorm and come up with ideas. So if you have no idea what to place behind a certain door, just generate a world, tell the AI to go through there, and then see whatever it is behind that door. Maybe it is something that will spark your imagination so you know exactly what to do to add to your game. And since the input for this model is just a static image, because that image can be anything. So like I said, it can be some normal concept art that a human artist drew. It can be something that represents some actual gameplay you want to implement. Or maybe it can be something quite a bit more abstract. So you can use another AI to generate some interesting, very weird AI images. Then plug it into this one and see what exactly does it do. Does it turn some part of the image into a character? Maybe it makes something actually be interactable. Maybe it makes something be some kind of door. Again, sounds like a great process for coming up with nice, unique ideas. And one thing I always love whenever they release these models is looking at the outtakes, looking at where the AI goes wrong. For example, on this one, without anything moving, without anything happen, a ghost apparently just shows up on screen and goes away. On this one, instead of doing snowboarding, apparently it starts doing some parkour. And on this one, it starts doing some kind of magic, but then never stops, so the whole thing keeps building up and nothing actually happens. So yeah, it's all pretty fun, and these things would be pretty terrible game-breaking glitches in an actual game, but for you as a developer, when using it for your brainstorming process, maybe these can actually be great ideas. So maybe you can implement some kind of mechanic on your kind of magic game, and that one, maybe if the player holds on some kind of magic spell for too long, maybe the whole thing destroys and they die. Maybe that could be a fun mechanic that you can come up with by looking at what the AI generates. Now, sadly, this one doesn't seem to be available. It seems to be just for internal research. So all those potential use cases that I just mentioned, all of those sadly are not really possible right now. But yep, in terms of tech, this looks super impressive. If you took this model and you showed it to someone just 5 years ago, they would definitely call you a witch. This is definitely super impressive stuff. And again, if you're worried, then don't be. These AIs are indeed going to continue getting better and better, but they won't replace you. Or rather, at least not until we have AGI. And by that point, if that does happen, we're going to end up with so many much bigger problems than just replacing game developers. So until the apocalypse happens, learn how to work with AI, and it will hopefully help you become a better developer and make better, more interesting games. By the way, I actually cover this topic in my Game Dev Report newsletter. That's my free weekly newsletter where I cover some interesting game dev news and articles that I come across. Things like this AI generating worlds. I also covered how Unity released a really excellent free VFX ebook. I wrote about how much a daily Steam deal is worth. Also wrote about one developer that did something really awesome, and a bunch more news. So if you want to stay up to date, check the link in the description and sign up for free. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.